Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Pixel Science. This is W Back Down, and this is another installment in our WorldEdit series. Great to have you back, and good to see you again. Today, in our WorldEdit series, episode number 3, we are going to get into some of the basics of WorldEdit, the tool that you definitely want to use if you are interested in completing some big builds or building a server for your friends. Now, coming over here, these are some of the simple things we have built in WorldEdit. That's a hollow sphere hanging from a cloud, simple example. Over here is a more complicated house. It's like a Spanish house from the 16th, 17th century that is a combination of WorldEdit and building by hand. So, let's get started. First of all, with WorldEdit, the first thing you would want to learn is how to use the wand, or what is the wand. So the wand in WorldEdit is the wooden axe. Now, you can get the wooden axe by going to your inventory, obviously searching for wooden axe, you can get it from there, or if you want to grab it with a command, your command for the wooden axe is // and that is the command for most WorldEdit things that you want to do, // wand. Now, a bit of a warning, when you are working with the wand, sometimes you can bind things to the wand that you might not intend, or you may forget. And if you do forget to do that, and you start using the axe and it starts deleting things, or perhaps it starts to do things you don't want to do, there's a couple of different ways. The first and easiest way is you can throw it away, and then you can get another one. And the new one that you have is a completely blank wooden axe. The second way, obviously, is to go into the inventory and search for a wooden axe. Now, the wooden axe is the selection tool. It is the selector tool that you used. It's the wand. So what the wand does is it will select from one point to another point, and it will use the Minecraft coordinates that we have in Minecraft. And so, as you know, the coordinates are the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. So, you might wonder, just quickly, how did I put this square of glass, this glass block, how did I put this glass block in the middle of the air without building it from the very bottom, or without building it from over there? And now, this is a really, really handy tool to use, and I will quickly explain how to do that. So, if you were to be, say, down here in the ocean or something like that, a very quick command to use in WorldEdit, and you do not need to have the axe selected to do the command. You can be have anything in your hand or nothing, and you can do the command up. Now, in WorldEdit, this is one difference. It's just a single slash up, and then you would select the amount of blocks that you wish to travel up. In this case, I'm going to put 20, and press enter. Whoosh. Then you are standing on a glass block that has been placed in the air. So I always work with glass. Now, you might want to work with whatever you like, but I often find that working with glass is good because basically what I'm saying is when you're working in WorldEdit, you should choose a few tools that you use all of the time. And that way, you'll just know what they are. So you won't forget to delete them. And I find glass is a pretty uncommon block to be used in construction. So I use that a lot for my builds. So, how to use the wand? You use the wand by selecting position 1 and position 2. Now, there's two ways to do that. You can right click. A right click will set your first position. and it sets the exact coordinates, x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. And then you can, left click is your first position. Now, you might notice I keep clicking it, I'm left clicking it, and it's not doing anything. If that happens, that means you've already selected that exact spot for your first position. And then you can right click for the second position. So what I've just done is I've selected one singular block as my first and second position. So there's a couple of other ways you can do that. Let me show you. Okay, let's say we had a glass line of blocks and we wanted to select this one, and then we wanted to go over here and select this one. Now, that is selected. So, what I've done is I have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever blocks, and that is in a single line. Now, I'll just show you a very simple command, and it is called cut. So / cut, and they will disappear. Okay. Now, so that is how to set your first and your second position. All right. Now I'll just very quickly show you something else. So what if we were to have a cube of glass like this, well, a line of glass like that, and then we were to have a something like this. Okay, now, what if you wanted to fill in that entire area? Well, oh my gosh, I'm always doing that. Okay, let's select our first position over here by left click, and second position over here, right click. Okay. All right. Oh, it's not doing anything because that is already my second position. Let's click this one. Okay, second position is set to here. First position is set to there. Now, what it has done is it has selected a very large cube in the air. Let me show you. A very easy command to do is set, S-E-T, and then you would just pick the block that you wish to set. So why don't we go ahead and set it as glass, just for fun. Okay, so then we have filled in all the blocks in a cube between this point right here and this point up here. Okay, now if you don't click anything else with your axe at all, then you still have those positions selected in the memory of the game. So what if you, let's just say, okay, we don't like that. We don't like the glass. Let's undo. So / undo, enter. And what about we want to change that to, I don't know, red concrete. Set red concrete. Now, you notice that I have to type this out like this, and it didn't work, and that's because I didn't type it out properly. So set red _ concrete. Okay, so that's correct. But after I show you that, I'll show you something else. So there you go. So, okay, I've set it to red concrete, and I'm like, I don't really like it. I'm going to set it to number 12. Number 12 is sand. Gravity block. Whoops. So, my point here is that you can set it to literally anything. Stone, set it to 57, which is diamonds, set it to 166, which is barriers, set it to, I don't know, number 2, that's grass, set it to pretty much anything you like. Not the right one. Minecraft ID list. I should have had this prepared earlier, but I did not. Which one is this? Oh, okay. This one will do. Okay. Yeah, you can find a Minecraft ID list, and it will show you every single block that exists in Minecraft. And over here, it will give you the number for the block. So let's say we wanted to turn all of our selection into, let's just say, birch log. That number is 17.2. So if I was to go back into Minecraft, I would go set 17:2, boom. So there you go. That's how you can set up a selection area. Let's just undo. I'll show you a quick trick. If you want to undo a few selections, you can go / undo, and let's just say 5. And it will take you back 5 steps. Okay. Now, what's interesting is, I did that thing with the sand, and the sand fell down, but it will not allow me to undo the sand, right? I don't want this sand sticking out of the ocean. So let's do a little exercise. Let's select this here, and then we'll dive under the water, and we will select the bottom of the sand. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. You could cut, but if you cut, I believe you're going to have a big hole in the ocean. Yes, I'm right. And it filled in. That'll do. Okay. So, oh, my wand. Always throwing away my wand. Okay. So, how about we wanted to select a larger area? Well, it's pretty simple. What I find is that when people are becoming accustomed to WorldEdit, they don't really understand about the selections because it's hard to imagine what is selected and what it's going to look like. So let's say we wanted a very large cube. Let's select this as position A, first position, and this can be position 2 over here. Okay, and let's just set this to diamond blocks 57. And what we've done is created a large cube of diamond blocks. So you can do this as large as you like or as small as you like with the wand tool. Okay. So the next thing I'll show you is how to use pos 1 and pos 2. So how about we wanted to copy, I don't know, let's just say, I'll just make a very quick let's do a sphere, create H sphere out of 57, and let's just do, I think, hang on a second, let's just say what it says. We need the pattern and then the radius. Okay, so H sphere diamond blocks, and a radius of, let's just say, I don't know, 15. Let's go with 15. Okay. Oh my gosh, we are inside it. How do you get outside this sphere without breaking it? / through. Whoosh. There we go. Okay. So, what we've made is a large hollow sphere. Now, what you might have noticed is that because it's a large sphere, it's very difficult to use the left click and the right click if we wanted to select this sphere entirely. So, a very easy way to do that would be to go to this side. Let's make sure that we are, Okay, let's just do this properly. So let's say we wanted to, and this is why I use glass, you see, because I can see that the glass, all right, perfect. Okay. So I'm just doing this so I know exactly where the bottom corner of the sphere is. You really don't need to do this. It's just a good, 1 second. It's just a good way if you were like not wanting to select trees or something like that, if you had a whole bunch of trees around. Okay, so that's approximately here somewhere. You could do what I've just done with the glass, right? You could do that, and then you could use the axe. But if you didn't want to do that, if you wanted to do it a little quicker, the quickest way is to use the pause commands. So it's quite time consuming to build your glass out like that to get it perfect. So because this sphere is way out in the middle of the ocean, let's just make sure we are past this point of the sphere, we are past this point of the sphere, and let's get down below the sphere, and let's go //pos1. Okay, now if you imagine we're about to create a selection area that's a huge cube. So to do the next selection, we must fly up to the top and over to the opposite corner, making sure we are above the sphere, and make sure we are past that edge of the sphere and past that edge of the sphere, and we're above it, //pos2. Now, what we have just done is selected a ginormous cube, and then we can go ahead and delete it by using cut. Now, if you wanted to cut every single block that you have selected, you would just do cut. But let's say we don't want to cut away the air blocks, just in case there is something that is close by that we don't want to interfere with. Let's just go cut -A. Didn't work. Maybe cut -A doesn't work in this case. No, it doesn't work. That's interesting. So I just have to go cut. And my cube disappears, along with all the random mods that spawned inside it. That's hilarious. Okay, what you'll notice is that I had a little sign prepped that also got cut out because of my selection. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. Okay, let's just discuss very quickly the simple setup for WorldEdit. So you want to have your wand. For me, I use a piece of glass for my construction. And the next thing you want to have in your inventory is any blocks that you're going to use for building by hand, as well as WorldEdit, because you're always going to do a little bit of a mixture of both. Over there you can see the house. It's built of quartz brick, it's built of sandstone, terracotta, copper, slabs. So when I built that, I had all of those things in my inventory for using by hand for some fine touches. But what you also want to have is your, over here you might notice I have a golden axe, a diamond sword, and a netherite pickaxe. And there's no particular reason that I've chosen those ones other than they are different and they're different colors. So let me just show you why you would have those tools. So you can use your wooden axe as a brush, or as a deleting tool, or as a sculpting tool, or a biome tool, or a tool to delete mods, or whatever. But I prefer not to, because if you do, then your brush, your axe works as a brush and not as an axe, and it kind of gets confusing. So I go over here and let's just turn the golden axe into a brush. So for example, let's go // brush, and let's make it a sphere brush. which is like a typical one. Let's pick number 12, which is sand, and let's go ahead and pick the largest size radius for the what I'm going to use, and there we go. So now I have a sand brush, and if I right click, boom, I drop some sand. So that's something that I would do, and then I would do something like get out my diamond sword, and I would use my diamond sword for a different purpose. So let's just say we were building like an island or something like that, and I'm like building an island, building an island, building an island, something like that, out in the ocean, and I'm using my sand my sand brush, and then maybe I want to have a brush to delete some sand. So let's say brush, and let's go with something that's not so intense, so I'm not going to be deleting it all. Let's go with a cylinder, and let's say the cylinder is 0, which is air, and instead of being 5, which is the largest size, let's make it 3, just so I'm deleting smaller amounts, or let's make it 2. Okay, and I do not want to delete the water, so for this tool only, I'm going to create a mask. And a mask is just very simple, we'll discuss it later, but you would just go mask, and I want to mask the sand, which means that the golden axe that I have puts sand down, and what I've done with the diamond sword is it takes sand away, and only sand. If I click on the sand, it will delete, and it won't delete too much, see, because I made it a cylinder. You can hold the button down, by the way, to delete as much as you like. So it's kind of like a sculpting tool, but it's also like a removing tool. Now you notice, if I click over here on the water, nothing happens. If I remove the mask by going /mask to remove the mask for this sword, it will delete the water, you see. So let's just take that away. So I will go brush unbind to remove the settings, and I'm going to redo it as a sphere. I'm going to have 0, which is air, and this time I'm going to make it 5, the biggest, and mask sand, which is number 12, just because I want to get rid of it quicker. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so there we go. So that's an example of the reason that in your setup, geez, this always happens with the water. All right, let's make this netherite axe a water tool. So let's go brush, let's go with a cylinder, because it's very easy to place too much water. Let's go with number 8 for running water, and let's make it 2 for the smallest size. Let's just go down close, and we'll just fill this in. Okay. You've got to be very careful placing water, because it's very easy to overdo the water that you put there, and then you have to use glass to get rid of it. It's very annoying. So, okay, now I've put my water back. There we go. Now, if I wanted to, there we go. Just want to delete these. All right. Okay, perfect. So that gives you an example of some simple reasons about how to set up WorldEdit and what you can do. And in the next video, we are going to discuss copy and paste. Thank you very much, and it was really great to have you here on this video. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to Pixel Science. This channel is awesome. We're building some really great things here, and we really appreciate you coming and taking a look. I will see you next time. Bye.